Hello, good evening, my beautiful friends, my beautiful souls, golden souls, my beautiful by defaults. How are you tonight, my beautiful friends? And how was your day? Did you enjoy your day, my beautiful friends? And did you celebrate your praznik? If you do so, did you manage to protect your energy? Did you do the destructions of those soulless summer? Did you set up the intention to destroy those soulless summer, to protect yourself and your energy and, of course, your family and friends? If you're celebrating Easter and all these public holidays, religious holidays that way happened the whole April up until now, actually all all those holidays, public holidays, religious holidays, my beautiful friends, you celebrate it in a way, not the way that people usually used to do so. Actually, you do it the way you want it, follow your heart and soul, but change the energy. Change the energy, and of course, turn the energy into the destructive energy for those souls, some in every form, whatever time, whatever form they are, and into the blessings for ourselves and everyone else. That's what you can do, my beautiful friends. In no matter in what religion you were born, we, for us, only one division should be that's the thing, the evil and the good. Which means soulless, some dark, dirty, psychopathic players, and mine and auspicial light, Tiggy and Sophie. That's what you need to know. That's one division only, that people should be divided on this planet and throughout entire existence only on the good and the evil, which means mine and auspicial light and those soulless summer. Dark, dirty, psychopathic players. All other divisions, all other separations or religious, those soulless summer were creating them with a dark intention to separate the people. But what we are doing right now, we are returning all of that back to the soulless summer. So now we are separating the soulless summer from the mind and aspect of light, and we're separating them from themselves. So we're separating them from us and from themselves, and then of course breaking them into the atoms and electrons and sending them straight into the hell forever and ever to be burned for eternity, to be burned forever and ever. Break them into pieces. So all those souls, some of them will regret that they ever existed. So we are returning them the karma's pain and suffering from all those living beings that ever existed since the beginning of creation. So those souls, some are burning in hell forever and ever, while we are creating eternal life, abundance of prosperity, joy, peace, and bliss for all of us that are mine and ours, spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, all of you that celebrating, you know that during this time of holidays, public holidays, those souls, some of it doing the dark, dirty rituals. So, for them, my beautiful friends, you need to know that for those souls, sama, that we're doing the so-called divine mothers or divine fathers or avatars, or those infiltrate into the religion, those in any religion really, that we're doing the rituals, or in any way, or those so-called any kind of light workers or healers, or it doesn't matter under which name or mask they've been known and hidden, and in any way they cannot hide anything from us. We know them. They are the same soul as Sama, just in the different form. They are the same globalist, Satanist, demons, Masons, Illuminati, Cabal, and those deep state, and all those fallen angels, Tiggy, soulless Sama. All of them are dark, dirty, psychopathic players. They are all the same dark, dirty, soulless Sama, divine mother or father, so-called all light workers or spiritual teachers, soulless. They're the same soulless Sama, just in the different form and hidden behind a different mask. but that the same evil into the physical or energetic form. So we've been doing, we've been destroying them. We've been doing great job in destroying those soulless in every way. We did a great job destroying the soulless in every way with the spirit of thought by default, in every form, in energetic and the physical. They don't have a spirit. They're pretending to be the spiritual teachers and healers, but you know that they don't have a spirit. They have the energy. But of course, we're destroying those souls in every form, whatever time, whatever form they are. And we know who they are. We know where they are. They cannot hide from us. They cannot hide anything from us. But of course, we can do from them. We can do everything we like because we have all the power within us, and mind and aspect of light. It's got all the power. We've got the key of the universe. Sophie's got the key of the universe. Sophie is the one who's got all the power, and then of course he's got everything under the command, the control. Everything is in those souls, everyone and everything, invisible and invisible. Everything's under the command, the control of Sophie. So those souls, whatever they do, wherever they are, we know it. We know, we follow what they're doing. And of course, we're returning all of that back to them in the name of karma's pain and suffering with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, sending them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity. And everything that they've ever projecting will ever try to project towards each and everyone else. And everything that is mine and aspect of light, with any kind of dark intention, with any kind of darkness and negativity, with any kind of selfish desire, in any way, we are wiping out all of that, stopping, blocking, wiping out, returning back to the soulless sama. So the souls are burning down into the hell, falling down into the hell with the spirit of thought by default. When you see that the screen goes dark, it's flashing, and with the dark color, that means that those souls are from within. We are destroying within and without with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mind and aspect of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Which means, my beautiful friends, those souls. So now we're trying to, without, the flashing on the screen or going shadow, that's mean we're destroying those souls from within and without. So those souls cannot hide anything from us. I told you earlier that we know everything, where they are, what they're doing, what their intentions are, and of course what they've done up until now. And of course we know everything. But those souls cannot follow us. We can hide from them everything that we want to hide. Of course, we can protect. That means we can protect ourselves, and of course, we are not allowing the souls to interfere into our private lives, into our private life, into our identity. Enough is enough. Up until now, the souls were interfering into our private life and trying to manipulate. We want those souls into the on that subject, on the privacy. So now, and then they were trying to take over identity. So of course, that's even more pain and suffering we're adding up to those souls, destroying them forever and ever, breaking them into the atoms and electrons, sending them straight into hell forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So my beautiful friends, it's Easter holiday. So now the souls actually, whoever is celebrating I've been talking about that last night, coloring the egg. So in any way that you are, whatever that those souls have given to people, that's been really program given to the people, and all the time they were adding up something new in order to use it for the into the rituals. But what we did, we turn all of that's been done into the rituals, that all the rituals that they ever done that doing will try to do so, or in any way against the humanity on a beautiful planet and everyone and everything is mine and our spiritual light. We turn it back to those soul into the pain and suffering and karmas, and we turn it back to the soul as some with the spirit of thought by default, which means whatever they project towards each and everyone else and everything, we are returning back to to the soulless Amma with the speed of thought by default in the form of destructions of those soulless Amma, breaking into the atoms and electrons and sending them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever. All those soulless Amma with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie. My golden soul, we're doing that without mercy, with the speed of thought. I love you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, I just checked to see what are the public holidays are in Indian. So Indonesia, so those soulless Amma are celebrating. You know, they dog dirty rituals, puja. They call it puja. So what they're doing the dark, dirty rituals and then trying to manipulate with the energy. But of course, while I was on the Amrita's seminars, while I was volunteering there, I was taking the energy, all the energy, and of course, taking all the energy, and then of course returning the karma's pain and suffering to them. And so not the same way, because people are doing that. People, ordinary people, don't know what's going on. Only those soulless Amma that pretending to be the divine mothers or fathers or avatars or spiritual guru or teachers, but they don't have a spirit. So those that have and those that with them, the slaves, I call them. So those only know that they're doing, those doing the rituals, they know what they're doing. But the ordinary people don't know. All of them that going there to participate, to partake in that rituals, they're not really aware what's going on. So now they're going with an open heart and mind and soul. All of those that are manifesting because of light, even those soulless Amma that don't know who they are going with an open heart and soul, and those soulless Amma with an open heart to search for the higher power, not knowing, not being aware that the higher power is within them. So the way I was searching for the higher power, the way I was first searching for the truth and wisdom and knowledge, and to find myself, I was going through those seminars everywhere, but really I wasn't searching myself there for myself there. I was just searching for the truth. I was searching for the truth, but I knew that myself, I was connected within myself, and I knew that I had all the power within me. But I was searching for the truth, and I was searching for, of course, for the enlightenment and to see what's going on. And of course, I was searching for to find somebody who is willing to do a great job for humanity, to help the humanity on a beautiful planet, because my goal was to help the humanity on a beautiful planet, to save the humanity on a beautiful planet, to enlighten and to make this world a better place for all of us, like and at the same time an entire universe. So my beautiful friends, when I was going there, I didn't like the way they were doing the things. I knew that I just was feeling that something was wrong. But of course, at the same time, my desire to make this world a better place was much more stronger than that what I was feeling. So I was just there because I needed to be there in order to take the energy and to find out who they are, what they were doing, and of course, to return them the karma's pain and suffering with the spirit of thought to all those soulless Amma, soulless Amrita, Babaji, Mira, Guruji, Matrasha, Tata, HEATRT, Chetana, and all those so-called gods, so-called saints, so-called creators, so divine mothers, so fathers, so avatars, or so-called spiritual teachers or healers, and all those, all of them are soulless spiritual teachers. Not all of them that are working as spiritual teachers or healers, but there are soulless Amma infiltrated within them. And of course, we are destroying those soulless Amma, soulless gods, soulless Amma in every form, in the physical and in energetic form. We are destroying them forever and ever, returning the karma's pain and suffering with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of man and now, speak light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now, in the name of mine, and now speak light with the spirit of thought by default. All the energy that was created during these public holidays, it's a Good Friday, or in my language, they said Veliki Petak, which means Big Friday, is Good Friday. So now Good Friday, but then Easter, and then all of that ceremony that people did with coloring the egg, especially with the red color. I've been talking about that, which means we are returning the karma, pain, and suffering to those souls, summer over and over and over again, of the red, everything that they associate with the red color, with everything, any item or anything, everyone and anything. We are returning the karma, pain, and suffering to all those souls, some of the spirit of thought by default. And of course, because the eggs are, that they are associated with the Jesus and the blood of the Jesus, so we're returning those karmas there to those souls, some of the spirit of thought by default, because the eggs are boiling, and then after that breaking, which means we are destroying the seeds completely wiping out the seeds of those souls, removing them from the root core of their existence. All those souls, destroying them completely from the root core of the existence, wherever time, whatever form they are, within and without, on a global universal level, on a physical and energetic level, and encoding infinite, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Ito, you need to know that Ito is a code. And it means we are rejecting everything that is less than mind and spiritual light with the spirit of thought, returning it back to the soul as some into the form of karma, pain, and suffering with the spirit of thought by default, while protecting ourselves and our families and friends. So, my beautiful friends, so during this Easter and during these public holidays, and of course tomorrow and then of course in Monday, is that the same public holiday, actually Punjab and Puja, and whoever call those souls, all of India. So whoever they call it, it doesn't matter. The most important is what they do during those public holidays. So now, because the people are willing, of course, and looking for the truth, looking for the higher power to connect to, not being aware that that power is within them, that is mine and our spiritual light. And even those that don't know who they are, they're searching consciously, searching for something better. So of course we are offering much better, something much better. Of course, that's mine and our spiritual light will destroy those souls. So in the name of mine and our spiritual light, to the spirit of thought by default, if you just take all of that, which means those souls are doing it, saying to the people that they're doing it for the highest and greatest good of humanity. They're saying the humanity and our beautiful planet, that they're doing for the greatest, highest and greatest good of all, that they're working for the peace, that they are doing a great job, that they're spreading the love and light. So of course, people want love and light. We want unity. We want to be free. We want to be united together to be happy. So those souls are saying that they were doing that, but they were doing opposite. Of course, according to that, by everything that they were saying, whatever they were saying, and of course, people went there because of that, what they were saying, not because of that, what they were doing or planning to do. So now, by everything, if you take all of that, of course, the energy of the people always override those souls, dark rituals, because the people, the power of the people is we are the people, that we have the power, because they were stealing the people's energy. From the people energy, people are not allowing, no one consciously allowing energy to be stolen from them. No one of us, of course, not even those souls that don't know who they are. So which means those souls, whatever those did their rituals with any kind of dark intention against us, or us, or and everything and everyone and everything that's mine and us, shall alive, with any kind of dark intention, doing that they ever did doing, will try to do so in the name of mine and our spiritual light, with the spirit of thought by default. We are undoing all of that, wiping out all the rituals and everything, and all those souls, returning them back straight into the hell, take them straight into the hell, returning them all the karma, pain, and suffering that they were projecting, will ever try to project towards each and everyone, and everything that ever anyone experience, and of course that those soulless that we're planning to create. So as a result of doing those soulless dark dirty work, we all of that multiply over and over and over again, returning back to the soulless in the form of karma, pain, and suffering forever and ever, for eternity, to burn into the hell, to be breaking into the atoms, into the electrons, and sent straight into the hell forever and ever, to burn for eternity, and to regret that ever existed. All those soulless whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, you will go somewhere only if you really are searching for something and you like to do something. And of course, if you do it from your heart and soul. I did from my heart and soul. I went to those seminars for 3-4 years. I was going on to those seminars all the time, actually since 2007. I was going to all those seminars until 2013. All the seminars that were going on in London. The Soulless Summer were coming from India, from America, from all over the world. And of course, I went there. All those seminars that are the so-called spiritual teachers or healers or gurus or business people. So, of course, I was going there searching for the truth. I always used to say, I will get what I need to get. I will get what I need to get. I know that I knew, and I always did, that I will get only the things that are right for myself, that I was searching for, that I will find the truth. I was searching for the truth, and of course, I didn't find it anywhere except within me, which means those soulless were lying, manipulating with the energy, doing the dark dirty rituals in order to get the power, or in any way to manipulate with the people, stealing the energy. But of course, they couldn't get the power, but they got the karma, pain, and suffering for eternity, forever and ever, with the spirit of thought. Flush comes soulless summer with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. When I did this round, the soulless summer energetically started to irritate me. So when I do that, I just flush comes soulless summer, which means I'm destroying the soulless summer. Dark, dirty, psychopathic players. Those soulless summer are dark forces in physical and energetic form. So we destroying them forever and ever, whatever form they are, whatever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I'm sorry. So now all those rituals that those soulless Sama did, the doing will try to do all over the world. And those soulless Sama were doing the dark, dirty rituals during the day, and in the evening, before I just got on live, they were trying to manipulate the energy, but they cannot, because the mind and spiritual light is the most powerful energy, and that's the only energy that will stay. All other energies will be destroyed. All the soulless Sama will be destroyed forever and ever, for eternity. So they were trying to manipulate the energy, but of course, whatever they project towards each and everyone else and everything, we returning it back to them in the form of karma, pain, and suffering with the spirit of thought by default, because whatever they did create the energy, stole the energy from the people, but that energy was with the good intention. We set up the intention that everything that we do, see, hear, think, or that we feel, or everything that we wear, or all the projections that those souls have ever projected to each and everyone else and everything with any kind of dark attention, we are returning all of that back to this. Everything is by default, which means we're returning all of that back to the soulless Sama into the form of karma, pain, and suffering, destructions forever and ever, for eternity. Send him straight into the hell to burn forever and ever. All those soulless Sama with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of man and now spiritual light with the speed of thought by default. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything that is mine and now spiritual light with the speed of thought by default, without mercy, to answer on my call, on my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, which means that everything that does solace I'm ever did doing will try to do so with any kind of dark intention, trying to steal the energy of the people or energy of the animals or nature kingdom or water element, air element, and the earth or sun, the moon, or any other planet, stars on the galaxy, or anything that existing on this planet and beyond, that they ever try to use it into the rituals or create any kind of dark rituals or steal the energy in any way, or in any way manipulate the energy in any way with the dark intention. In the name of mind and ask spiritual light with the speed of thought. By default, we stop all of that, undo, wipe out, and in the name of mind and ask spiritual light, we program that energy straight and return it back to the soul as Sama into the form of karma, pain, suffering, distractions, and eternal hell. And all of that they project us each and everything, return it back to the soul as Sama with the speed of thought by default in forever and ever, to be to burn forever and ever into the hell. All those souls to regret that ever existed, to be broken. We are breaking them up into the atoms and electrons, and then we are activating them. All the pain, suffering that they were projected towards each and everything since the beginning of creations, and then compress them by the laws, rules, and regulations in every atom, every electron of their being. So we are now program the atoms and electrons with the pain and suffering compressed by the laws, rules, and regulations, and then mix them up and then put them into their physical forms and open up the portals, through the portals, sending them straight into the desert planet and into the hell, to burn forever and ever, to regret that ever existed. All those souls, whatever form they are, wherever they are, in a physical, energetic form, and encoding infinite, with the speed of thought, we destroy them forever and ever, by default, without mercy. I'm loud and clear. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine, and ask me a cliche of a light with the speed of thought by default, to answer without mercy on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So, my beautiful friends, now we're taking the energy behind the animals. You know that those souls, I'm not sure for which kind of holidays they were celebrating in India. Those souls, so those souls, what they were doing, they were killing. I know for some of those the puja on some of those public holidays, thousands of those animals. That's the same way they were doing. If you remember the Dosale Sama was saying that it was swine flu, it was like a chicken flu, or like any other, or pig flu, or crazy cows. Those, my beautiful friends, there wasn't any of those issues at all. It was the goal of Dosale Sama to take from the people all of that they had, and then they were using it into the rituals. So even though that we didn't accept that, we didn't accept that, we're rejecting it. But even for whatever reason they did that is less than mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we all of that and to wipe out and return it back to the soulless Sama into the form of karma, pain, suffering, distractions forever and ever. With the speed of thought by default, we wipe out, bring into the hell all those soulless Sama and all the polarized energy that they were creating, all those soulless codes that they're creating. We are demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything's mind and our spiritual light with the speed of thought by default, with the speed of thought, answer on my call without without mercy by default, and to be put in the circle of light. All those soulless summon in whatever form they are, everything in the physical and energetic form, and break them down into the atoms and electrons, break them into the pieces, into atoms and electrons with the speed of thought, and destroy them forever and ever by default, return them all the karmas, pain, and suffering to all those soulless summon with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And we're taking the energy behind all those rituals, everything that they did. In the name of man and spiritual light with the speed of thought, we're taking all their power and all the energy with the speed of thought by default. And of course, everything is by default. And all that energy must be returned back to Sophie with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So my beautiful friends, and those soulless, some of it doing a lot of dark, dirty work under the cover. And you know, and when we did the healing and clearing, those soulless sama, I've been talking about that. Those soulless sama, whatever they did with their knowledge consciously, and of course, did to the humanity and everyone and everything, with their knowledge and with the humanity and information, which means they were not giving them the information to humanity, to us. They didn't give us information, so they knew they did it with the dark intention, but they didn't give the information to the people, which means with their knowledge and with our uninformation, which means we're not informed, we are multiplying all of that. At that time was 1 in the ratio to 1,000. And then after that to by the 1 million, then by default, now it's a by default. So which means 1 in ratio 1 by default. So with the speed of thought by default, we're multiplying we multiply all the karmas, pain, suffering, eternal hell with the speed of thought, and eternal destructions forever and ever to all those souls, some in whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And of course, at that time, I was creating the hell for those souls, Sama, which means I was creating the planets. I was saying to Sophie, let us create a planet, put them inside the planet, and then of course, but now we don't need to create a planet for them because we already have their planets that they had. We turn them into the desert planet, so we just send them straight there, and of course, creating the pain and suffering and turn it into the desert planet. And now we are, I was saying, put them around in this circle of light so that they cannot interfere, cannot go out anywhere, and then of course they would wouldn't know what's going on outside. They wouldn't be able to get outside in any way. They will know only for themselves, and they will know not just for themselves. They will know for the pain and suffering that they ever felt, and of course they will know why they're feeling up, but they wouldn't be able to do and to change anything. They will have to feel the pain and suffering, knowing that they were creating that they are the one that created those pain and suffering for themselves, and that they have to feel it, go through it, but they wouldn't be able to change anything. So they are going to be completely powerless, but they will know why. So away until we burn them forever and ever for eternity. Actually, they're going to burn forever and ever for eternity in the eternal hell, or into the desert planet forever and ever with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So my beautiful friends, now we are taking the energy behind, and everything's now in the name of mind and aspect of light with the speed of thought by default. We are now taking the energy from now because of everything that people are doing. So we are celebrating our public holidays. I'm always saying, for me, every day is a holiday, which means we need to celebrate our life every day. We need to celebrate everything that we are doing. We need to celebrate our mind and aspect of life. Celebrate every day, which means celebrate. Be who. What do I mean by that? Be who you are. Enjoy yourself. and do what you do, what you love to do, love what you do, and of course, be happy from your heart and soul. Smile freely, love freely. Everyone and everything is mine, and aspect of shadow light will destroy the soulless summer without mercy, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. That's mean for me celebrations. Be happy, be who you are, and of course, don't accept anything that is less than mine and aspect of shadow light. Reject everything is less than mine and aspect of shadow light. Destroy those soulless summer, wherever time, whatever form they are. And of course, my beautiful friends, eat what you love to eat, drink what you love to drink, but bless it. So whatever you do, bless it, bless whatever you eat or drink. You just say everything's by default. Everything's by default. I'm returning the karmas, pain, and suffering to those soulless summer by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So that's in that way where you just bless it, say everything is by default. I'm blessing my food, everything is by default. Returning karmas to the soulless summer with the spirit of thought by default. You may use any cause that you love, but you need to know that everything is by default. We set up the intention already, and if you accept it, then that the energy is more powerful, which means you're returning the karmas, pain, and suffering to those soulless summer. Well, we are of course, blessing ourselves and protecting your energy. So everything that I did today, I was experimenting as usual. You know that I love to experiment with the food. So whatever I do, actually with everything, I love to experiment everything. When I mean everything that is by default. When I cook something, when I do something, I like to do it my way. So I'm not using the recipes, even though if I see the recipe, I don't use it, and because I just love to do it the way I do it. So I did it today, experimented. Actually, I made some kind of sweets on anything that I did. I cook for the, food, everything. I love to cook for myself. Usually people say, and usually a lot of people have the time to cook, but they go and buy the ready food. My beautiful friends, if you have the time to cook, please do so. A lot of people saying that they don't know how to cook, but my beautiful friends, you cannot get it wrong. All you need to do now, really is to have the willingness and desire to experiment with everything that you want to do, which means if you love to eat something sweet or anything, if you all the time that you were buying something to eat, why don't you cook it at home? And you have the recipes on the net, on the Google, on the YouTube, you can find everything. But you just see the ingredients, but just go internally with your knowledge. And you will, my beautiful friends, you will be much more happier. You will have more energy within yourself than you can ever even think of. Because, my beautiful friends, the energy that is in the food that you are buying ready cooked, and then, of course, that is, you don't know who to cook, how it's been cooked, who did it, and you don't know whether that was really good or whatever it is, meat or anything, whether it was really good or was gone off, or whether it's clean or not, whether it was washed or not. Or my beautiful friends, I used to work in the restaurants. I used to work while I was studying, during my study, so I knew. Of course, I know now and I knew then that those soulless sama were manipulated with the people, they were manipulated with the food. Actually, a lot of people that working into those restaurants, in the kitchens, they don't care about the hygiene, they don't care really about the food, the quality of the food, but they are paying attention about the quantity, about the looks. They want to make it design to look good, but of course, even though if they cook it, it tastes good if you add up some, the spices and everything. But my beautiful friends, how healthy is that? That's the question. So of course we're taking it. Even if you eat, I'm not saying that you don't need to eat into a restaurant or anywhere. You eat, but when you eat, you bless it. So which means you're changing the energy. If you eat into the restaurant, just say everything is by default. Or in any way that you're using your prayers, you do so. Because I used to do early prayers. And then, of course, when I was on a mission, I was praying. I was saying to people, let us pray for the food and give a gratitude for the food that we have. So my beautiful friends, which means everything is energy. If you change the energy, you're changing everything. So we are changing the energy of everything. We've changed already energy of our planet, water element, air element, of course, and then everything in humanity and nature kingdom, animal kingdom, and everything. So now what we are doing now, my beautiful friends, we are enlightening humanity and enlightening. Still, there is a dark SOULESS SOMAS energy, but we are changing them. But the main energy that has been those SOULESS SOMAS was destroyed already. Which what I mean by main? Those the main codes or main the energy, those SOULESS SOMAS that were within our beautiful planet or air, water element and air element. We destroy all of that. But those SOULESS SOMAS, now that we interfere into our lives from the heaven, so now at the same time they were doing the rituals into the heaven and into the earth. Of course, we never accepted that. We never did. We will never do so. We rejected that. But was those SOULESS SOMAS interfering into our lives? Those from the heaven were partaking into the rituals on those SOULESS SOMAS in the physical form into our beautiful planet. So of course they shouldn't do so. They shouldn't manipulate. They shouldn't be actually. They shouldn't interfere in our lives in any way. But of course, it's happened. But we are not accepting, letting in them anymore. What we do now, whenever they try to interfere into our beautiful planet, into our lives, and everything that we do, we stop them, put them in the circle of light, break them into the atoms, into the electrons, into the air, wipe them out, polarize them, activate them all the pain and suffering, and within every atom and electron, all living beings that ever existed, and through the portals. And of course, putting them into their physical forms and send them straight into the desert planet or into the hell forever and ever, to burn forever and ever for eternity to hell. So now, and of course, we are replacing that with energies of mind and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. So I'm demanding, commanding to soften everything's mind and now spiritual shell of light with the spirit of thought by default. To all those SOULESS SOMAS that will try to do the rituals during these holidays, public holidays, especially those so-called divine mothers, or those magicians and those so-called gurus or avatars, and then of course whatever energy they created, any kind of energy that they created to behind everything that we were doing, that we're trying to manipulate, not everything, but whatever we did, that they were doing behind anything that they did there, rituals, we are taking all of that energy with the spirit of thought by default and to wipe out the rituals and then wipe out those SOULESS SOMAS. And with the spirit of thought by default, we put them in the circle of light and take them straight into the hell forever and ever to burn for eternity. All those SOULESS SOMAS with the spirit of thought by default. We're taking over all the abundance and prosperity, all the wealth, all the energy, and of course, chuck them out straight into the burn them into the hell forever and ever, or into those desert planets. All those SOULESS SOMAS with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So those SOULESS SOMAS now that we're partaking in those rituals during these holidays, but it's not just this, but now I'm talking about this because earlier we were taking the energy. But still, if there is any kind of energy that hasn't been resolved in the name of mind and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, that means that we're taking all the energy behind all those rituals that ever did, doing, will ever try to do so. So what I mean, try to do so, which means we are taking them the energy even before they start doing it. How? We are returning the day. If they try to do, we destroy those SOULESS SOMAS, we're stopping them doing it, which means we are taking them straight into hell. And then, of course, wiping out their memories, shutting down their cameras and their senses. What I mean cameras, by the cameras, that's the energy within them that giving them the visions. So now we're shutting down their cameras, which means we're destroying that energy, and of course, shutting down their senses so they cannot see and hear invisible world. And of course, the invisible energy forces, of course, and they cannot do any kind of manipulations with the energy. So we put them into the sleep and then completely freeze them completely, we cut off their communication, wipe out completely memories, especially when I say memories, completely memories of the rituals and then whatever they do to manipulate with the energy. So we just give them the basic information that they can function and that they can go through all the pain and suffering that some of those we completely wipe them out, that they cannot even communicate, that feel the pain and suffering and communications or interfering into our communications. In the name of mine and ask you to shine a light with the spirit of thought by default. Demanding and commanding to Sophie and everything that is mine, and ask me to shine a light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call and my command without mercy with the spirit of thought by default. Peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default, love you. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, even now, you know that tomorrow is a public holiday, and then, of course, in India, it's on Monday in Asia. So now on Monday as well, and all of those public holidays, we are taking the energy and destroying those soulless AMMA. So in putting the end on those soulless AMMA forever and ever, for eternity, and sending them straight into hell. And of course, we are creating a better future with that energy that we are taking from them. We're polarizing against those soulless AMMA, and of course, energy that we are creating, and energy, everything that is by default, we are polarizing by default. For us, we are creating better life, eternal life, and of course, great health, vitality, joy, peace, bliss, and unity. So we are creating the life that we deserve. We are designing our future. And of course, we are designing our life, and of course, those soulless AMMA up until now were interfering to our lives, and of course, they were manipulated with the energy. We didn't accept that either, but of course, those soulless AMMA did so. So it does. So now the soulless AMMA gave me some information, so reminding me about the information how we did with those soulless AMMA, that we send them, send them into the hell or into the desert planet. What we were doing, if we send them into the desert planet, actually, I was saying to Sophie, because I was creating hell for them in one place, hell in another place in the light planet. So which means the fire where they will be burned forever and ever. So Sophie was saying, if we need to judge them again, so if those soulless AMMA have gone, if we put them into the light planet, so we were separating them. Those that needed to go straight into the hell, we send them straight into the hell. Those that we need to judge them again, we were putting them into the light planet. So of course, so it's easy after that. Sophie was saying it's easier to take them from the light planet to judge them, which means that we said it. So we'll return them back, which means return them back to judge them for all the crime and criminal and everything that they've done, darkness and all the evil things that they've done. So all the karmas that they have projected each and everything, we will judge them. Of course, people will do so. When I go out into the public, and I am the voice of the people, and of course I will be forever the voice of the people, and of course truth, I'm gonna explain to the people, and of course expose the truth and expose the soulless AMMA and their true face, show to the people their true face, and of course people will be returning them the karmas, pain and suffering for everything that they ever projected towards them, and that they've gone through pain and suffering. So of course that's my goal, to help the people find out the truth, and of course be the voice of the people, and help the people find out who they are, and of course to activate. How they're going to find out? Because I'm activating the power, wisdom and knowledge within them, within their soul, within your soul. So of course in that way they're going to start questioning, asking for the truth, because their soul wants to know the truth. Actually on the soul level we know it, but in the soul, their soul wants to shine out, shine far away, within and without, through the physical form. So people need to be aware of that. And of course, when they start searching for the truth and asking for the truth, that's our time. that's the time that has come right now, that people are searching for the truth, and of course giving them the truth. So it's time now, we the people, to judge those souls, some destroy them, put them into hell forever and ever, return them the karma's pain and suffering. So that's how we would do. That's what we were doing. We're destroying those souls, some blessing ourselves and healing and protecting, and of course, and all of us, and us and our families and friends, and of course, and our soulmates, we're blessing, protecting us while destroying those souls, some in every form. So, my beautiful friends, that those souls, some of whatever they did, projected consciousness, we wipe out all of that. That is less than man and spiritual light, and all those souls, some from our physical form, destroying them forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default, and while blessing ourselves and healing, protecting, and enlightening with the spirit and our families and friends, and of course, each and every one else that is mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul. We're sending love and blessings to each and every one of us. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to so, my beautiful friends, everything is by default. Everything is with the spirit of thought. Everything is by default. So it's time for us to shine all the way through. While we'll let go of those souls, some, and wipe them out with the spirit of thought by default, and bless ourselves and each and every one of us with the spirit of thought by default. So now, so we were doing that at that time. We were actually done already. So now that light planet that we're putting those souls, that's when we're taking it now. We're taking them into those desert planets. So that time that I was saying we're going to create them the light planets, we're taking them now. We're using those desert planet, day planets that were hard, but we turn them into the desert planet and destroy the forever and ever of those souls. So we will judge them again, and of course we will return them the pain and suffering for everything that they ever projected it for the smallest things. I've told them for the smallest things over and over again, because they broke all the rules, universal rules, I'm sorry, and our rules, by default rules, and they know that by default rules and regulations are overriding all other rules. Even though Tziggy, that is a main code for those souls, Sama said many times that for him, a couple of times actually said many times that for him only by default rules are, the valid, and or he is accepting them, and he collapsed many times. And of course now it's time to judge the other souls, because he accepted the by default laws, rules, regulations, and not any other laws, rules, regulations. And even after that, he was partaking into some kind of projections on anything. So, of course, so I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything's mind and all spiritual light to the spirit of thought by default to take over the control over everyone and everything with the spirit of thought. Sophie's got already, but to take over the control, everyone and everything and the project. And in the name of mind and all spiritual light to the spirit of thought, return the karma's pain and suffering to those souls, some of whatever form they are, wherever they are, by the laws, rules, and regulations, or by default with the spirit of thought, by default without mercy. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So which means the laws, rules, and regulations are by default overriding all other rules, laws, and regulations. So my beautiful friends, I was talking about the eating, about the drinking. Just let's touch on, a little bit on that. I've told you about the drinks that those souls somewhere are creating, producing with the dark intention. So I was going, when I was working on the project, when I started working on the project, I knew when I was doing the research, I knew everything and what that it wasn't healthy really. All those frizzy drinks, all those energetic drinks. So I used to go, when I used to go shopping, I'll go into the shopping center enter on those big supermarkets, and I will be destroying the energy of those soulless AMMA and bless everything. All I will just put in the circle of light, all those fizzy drinks, all those energetic drinks, and I will just send them straight in there, throwing them into the actually energy from them and sending them into the hell. All the soulless AMMA, destroying them. And of course, I was working against that because I set and I have a goal and intention set up that our water will be free for each and everyone else and everything. We don't need to put in the bottle, pack the water into the bottle and sell it. And the water should be free for everyone. And my intention is to make the public, the taps, so that everywhere we will have the water available, pure drinking water available for everyone wherever you go, so that we don't need to buy the water. So water should be free, and our water is free. But those soulless AMMA were manipulating with everything, the way with the water. And of course, soulless Amrita was doing the dark, dirty rituals on the water. Actually, she was asking people to take the water from different countries and then take it to her. And she was she was putting in one bowl, and then she was so-called blessing it. So whether she was blessing or not, even if she wasn't, of course, we people did, because we did it with the intention that it's been blessed by, of course, and by mine and spiritual light. That's what we are expecting. That's what we were expecting to be. So, of course, even if she did anything with the dark intention, we, in the name of mine and spiritual light, with the spirit of thought by default, like to all other people that were doing any kind of dark rituals against the water or nature kingdom at all, or humanity, animal kingdom, or air element, to everyone and everything, we are destroying those soulless AMMA, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. Well, we are blessing and protecting and healing humanity and nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, and of course purifying, cleansing of water element and air element with the spirit of thought by default, and everything that is man and spiritual light with the spirit of thought on this planet, and of course the sun and the moon and entire all those planets, stars, and the galaxies that the man and spiritual light with the spirit of thought. We purify, cleanse, and heal and protect them with the spirit of thought by default. Well, destroy all those souls, whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, it's time to destroy all those soulless AMMA, wherever time, whatever form them. Let them go. Fight them out, destroy them forever and ever, and bless ourselves and everyone else. So, Ito. So, the those soulless AMMA, the way they were packing and selling of water, and of course, food. Not recommending to anyone to eat the processed food that is in the tin. If you're buying the Ito, those that you buying the food into the tin that is being processed and packed, and then with a long period of that it can stay on the shelves. My beautiful friends, a lot of chemicals has been added up into that, and of course those tins are not healthy. And of course the food, you don't know how it's been cooked. I love Chinese food. When I was in London, I used to go with my friends into Chinese restaurant and eat Chinese food, but one day, or take away. But one day I went with my friends, and we were waiting to the queue, and then those people that were waiting behind, that were selling the food behind the tail, that they were selling the food, giving it. Then they had the thing that they were grabbing the food and then serving, and they just fall down onto the ground, and they just put it. They took it and put it straight into the food without cleaning up, without anything. I said, no, go away. My friend was surprised. She was surprised. What? I said, no, eat on. And she said, what? And I said, no, we're not going to eat here anymore. So, my beautiful friends, there's not just the Chinese. I've seen a lot of people during, usually that they're selling the food, salads, they don't wash it. And of course, when I see that, I was really, in some places where I used to work, when I see that, I was all the time telling to the people, you have to do that, you have to do that, you have to wash it. You're not gonna, would you eat that? But I wouldn't care. They wouldn't care. Just put some spices and some salt and pepper and oil and everything, and then of course make it looks good, but not healthy. So I'm advising all of you to avoid the processed food, to avoid everything really that you can cook at home. Cook at home. Prepare your own food. That doesn't mean that you don't need to go into a restaurant and eat. No, you can do so from some time, from time to time, but not really to be your main food and to go to the restaurants. You can learn everything on the Google. When I was in London, I was really laughing. I had a neighbor. The girl was 25 years, I would say young. 25 years. So, of course, she had, and of course, she didn't know how to cook the egg. She didn't know how to fry the egg. And she was holding the laptop and then talking to her mom, asking her how to do that. And Ito. So asking her how to do that, and I was just wondering what's going on. She doesn't know, which means she never even tried to cook anything. So she was just asking the basic things. My beautiful friends, our children now know how to cook, how to do the things. So you need to be aware of that. You need to learn. It's better to know how to do the things, and of course use it anytime you can. A lot of people saying, well, I wouldn't cook for my, like just for one person, for myself, it's not worth cooking. I said, no. If I don't cook for myself, why would I cook for somebody else? Of course, I'm going to cook for myself and everything that I need, and even though for others. So that's what you're going to do, my beautiful friends. Use, of course, do whatever you can do for yourself to of course, use your energy and bless everything that you do. And of course, be aware of everything that you do. And you know what you eat, you know what you put in. You cannot get it wrong. You have the bad recipes and you put everything inside that you love to eat. And of course, you can't get it wrong. Of course, sometimes those SOULESS, AMMA, even when I cook, when I experience those SOULESS, AMMA energetically manipulate. It doesn't come out all the time the way I want. But of course, it's encoded with mind and spiritual channel light energy. So always find a way to, of course, use it. And even though if it's not, it doesn't look the way, sometimes it doesn't come out, doesn't look the way I want it to, and then taste is okay. Taste is okay. The energy is the most important. So if you make it wrong once, second time it will be okay. When I use the recipes, usually it wouldn't come out. But that's the problem, because the SOULESS, some of were manipulating with the energy. So sometimes they will say, "Oh, you didn't choose which energy you're gonna be." So, but my beautiful friends, you're the one that's choosing the energy. No matter what you do, you choosing the energy. You choosing mind and non-spiritual light. You just set up the intention. Everything is by default. Whatever you eat, whatever you drink, whatever you see, hear, think, do, and of course, and all the projections of those SOULESS, everything is by default, which means those SOULESS have no power. You are protecting yourself, your energy, and returning the karma, pain, and suffering to those SOULESS. So when I was in London, the SOULESS were trying to actually, I wanted to write the cooking book, but they didn't want to write really with the recipes, because I don't follow the recipes. I didn't want to write the book, cooking book with the recipes. I wanted to write the book so that everyone will expand their creativity to the people, so that the people would be creative, and they will do the things the way they want, their own way, and of course make it easier, and of course do what they love to do, eat what they love to eat, and of course be creative. So that was my intention, to help the people up and expand their creativity and activate their creativity. But those soulless Amma were interfering. So I was just writing down sometimes. I was just writing the recipes. I would put the name of the some of the recipes on the food, and I said, put down how much you need, put the salt how much you need, and then everything, how much you need, how much you want, how you want it to be. So everything, friends, I'm sorry. Why I'm telling to you all of this, that you don't need to really, we're returning behind every subject that I touch upon, we're returning the calmness, pain, and suffering to those soulless Amma. That's why I'm going through the food and everything, through those measures and through all those ingredients that those soulless Amma using into our food that are unhealthy. So I'm just telling you this story, and of course, I'm using the opportunities to destroy the soulless Amma, returning the calmness, pain, and suffering from that they ever interfere into our food. You know that a lot of unhealthy ingredients were using those soulless Amma and putting into our food. So of course, I'm returning the calmness, pain, and suffering. And at the same time, I went through that. I always wanted to cook. I always wanted to experiment. And of course, when somebody would ask me if I make a cake, when somebody would ask me, give me the recipe, I would say, there's no recipe. It's just put everything that you like inside, and then the way you like it, and decorate it the way you like it. That's it. You cannot get it wrong. So, my beautiful friends, so we are now returning the calmness, pain, and suffering to all those soulless Amma of any kind of shape, any kind of decoration that those soulless Amma have ever used into the rituals, or used it for any kind of dark, with any kind of dark intention, or everything that is less than mind and auspicious shell of light, and that they ever into the rituals or in any way projections or in any way. We destroy all those soulless Amma, wipe out all their rituals, and return to those soulless Amma back, all into the form of karma, pain, and suffering forever and ever, for eternity. All to all those soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default. We return the karma, pain, and suffering, and of course eternal destructions. All those soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default, and everything, all that the chemicals and everything that they're putting into our food, for them is going to be poison. They're going to be destroyed forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Apart from polluting, actually, from water elements, you know that they were polluting the air element, and of course, using the apart from food, that they were interfering. Air element, you know that a lot of chemtrails, those soulless Amma were throwing into the air. A lot of chemtrails. You know that the planes that for the passengers that are made, the passengers plane for the passengers, those soulless Amma were building inside the technology to spray our air, to spray our into the atmosphere, to of course project, actually to drop a lot of tons and tons of those chemicals, any kind of chemicals, any kind of chemtrails, actually chemicals, any kind of, in the chemtrails are the mix of the chemicals. When I was in London, I used to go to the park all the time. And whenever I had the time, I used to, especially when I was 24, focused on my mission, I would go into the park. I would go jogging. And then, of course, I was doing yoga, and I was praying, and I was doing everything that I need to do to destroy the soulless Amma. So one day I was just sitting in the park, and I looked at the sky, and I saw the plane, and then going into the circle, and into the circle, and then of course drawing the circle into the air and into the sky, and of course with the leaving the chemtrails. So I was wondering first what was going on. What was that? So they were in the circle. And then after that, I posted that on the Facebook if anyone knew about that. But then I was doing the research, and I realized that those soulless Amma were throwing the chemtrails, different kind of chemtrails, actually different kind of chemicals, we call them chemtrails, into the air. So the people in America were recording with the cameras, when you towards the light, with the cameras. There are cameras that can record everything. So they even light. So now they were recording after the plane were passing out, dropping those chemtrails into the air. They would see like the rain is. It was like raining, but not the rain, but the chemicals in the different colors. So of course with that they were polluting or water or nature kingdom, or of course, and then everything that is on this planet. So my beautiful friends, I'm just touching on that, and of course, and telling you what was going on. And when I did it, after that one time, after sometimes those SOULESS were really spraying heavily into atmosphere. So you know that sometimes the trees started to drying, and of course birds were falling down and onto the ground, and of course a lot of at that time coughing, any kind of health issues were appearing. So people were going through. That was all done by the SOULESS. So I was just talking to one Polish girl. She said that in Poland they had a manufactory that they were producing those chemtrails from America, I think NATO, that they had a contract with them to produce, I'm not sure how many tons and thousands of those chemtrails, and that they were throwing them into the air. So my beautiful friends, it's time to destroy those SOULESS, return them the karmas, pain, and suffering forever and ever, for eternity, for everything that they ever projected will ever try to project towards each and everyone else and everything, with any kind of dark intention, with any kind of selfish desire, with the spirit of thought, and commanding to SOPHIE and everything that's mine, and ask spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. My beautiful friends, when I was in London as well, because I started doing the research from 2005, so I just found the recording the video that the two women in America were selling the air. Imagine that, my beautiful friends, what those SOULESS were projecting. So they were selling the air. How they were selling the air? It's so funny. But for them, it was working. But now, for those SOULESS working, the karmas, pain, and suffering, and distractions forever and ever, for eternity. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. I'm loud and clear. So what's going on? It was so funny. The dude in America, two women, where they made some like I'm not sure how to explain it, like the small you own the you know that it's just a handle, and they had it like that like when you buy, you know, when you have those things for the fruits, if they are high, to just to with that, you know, to reach them. So they had it like that, and they just in some, you know, they made it. That wasn't technology really. So they had some kind of plastic or some kind of you know, some kind of things that you were putting the inside. That was so crazy. That was so unhuman. But of course, those SOULESS made them do so. So they were just laughing. They saying they're selling the air. They were just catching the air into that. They was going to the forest and they like the fresh air, and then put it into that you know, like some kind of those things. That they were using, and I'm not, there wasn't bottle, I think it was in the glass, some plastic, I'm not sure. So they would just shut it down, and they were actually taking that and selling into the Asia, selling to the China. It was selling into the China. They were selling it with 300, the woman said 300 after $1,000 dollars. They were selling the fresh air. And the fresh air, that was the small thing, like a pot, something that they were using. So my beautiful friends, what does SOULESS wanted to tell us? That's the question. I knew I was at that time. I didn't know whether to laugh, whether to what to what to do. But now I know we are returning to those solace. I'm all the calmness, pain, and suffering with the spirit of thought by default. For every small atom electron that of those chemtrails, those chemicals, and any kind of the poison and everything that they drop into our air, and all those any kind of radioactive energy that they were 5G, 6G, 7G radioactive energy that they were projecting, or through the technology, satellites or anywhere, in any way, through the technology onto into our atmosphere, into our into a beautiful planet in any way with any kind of dark intention. In the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. We are returning all the calm. We are purifying, cleansing our beautiful air element of completely changing the energy completely. We've created already the systems into the air. The sun showed me the systems and the way we're going to create. Well, I was working with the sun, and the sun was showing me the systems, how we are going to create them into the air. So through the air, when you look at this, there is nothing you can see. You know that people usually, if they don't see the energy, when you look at the air, it's invisible. So so one day, one woman was saying to me that a landlady of the house that I used to live, she was saying to me that she believed, I was talking about the project, she said that she believed only the things that she could see with her eyes. And I thought, I believe first into the invisible, into the energy, and then we are creating from that invisible, we're creating that visible. Or she said, no, she wasn't accepting that. And I asked her, do you breathe the air? She said, yes. I said, do you see it? Oh, she said, that's not good point. Like, so my beautiful friends, those solace Amma, we're trying to manipulate with the, with the people, trying to make the people to believe into the things that they were serving us, projecting us to see. But those are the projections of those solace Amma. We need to believe into the in everything that we stand for. That's mine and our spiritual light. We need to believe in everything that we want to create from our heart and soul, not in anything else, not into the those solace Amma projections, not into those solace Amma cause that they were creating, that they're living, and then trying to manipulate with that. Believe, my beautiful friends, within yourself. Believe within you. Actually, believe to yourself. Trust yourself. Actually, not the brain, just the mind, but trust your soul. Your soul is that have the power. I'm activating the power to within you through your soul. So trust your intuition, and if you're not sure for anything, just ask, is that by default? If it's not, don't do it, don't take it, whatever you do. So my beautiful friends, those solace Amma cannot interfere anymore. If you say, is it by default? If they try to lie, they will be destroyed forever and ever, for eternity. By default, we destroy them forever and ever. The energy of the by default, mine and our spiritual light. So that's what we're going to do now. Destroy those solace Amma forever and ever. So they were projecting us, projections. So through the manipulating with the energy into the eyes, that's the way they manipulate with the vision, and then creating to the people the option. I've told you that there is not the option, but the energy, the those solace Amma placing into our eyes, and then they were trying to create a shadow, and then to destroy, we destroy the solace Amma, create a shadow, and to create some kind of the option that those solace Amma were giving them the names through those doctors. And so we are now returning to those solace Amma, all the options, all those or any kind of all the karmas, pain and suffering. I've been returning them, the karmas, pain and suffering, and still returning it right now. The karmas, pain and suffering from the eternal version, from the third eye. They were shutting down the third eye of the children, and with their crossing with any kind of those rituals that they were doing when they were so-called blessing the children. So now we're returning the karmas, pain, and suffering. We didn't accept that, but still it was happening. So now we're destroying all those souls, in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the speed of thought, by default returning the karmas, pain, and suffering of the third eye, of all the visions, of the into the spiritual and of course and the physical vision, in the name of mine and now spiritually shall light with the speed of thought by default. Demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mine and now spiritually shall light with the speed of thought by default, to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And to all those visions, projections that we're projecting into mind, to the vision and creating, actually manipulating with the energy, trying to project something that is not really. So all that projections and all of that, not recognizing, soulless, those soulless, I know what I'm talking about. That they were trying to manipulate with the energy and try to project the things towards ourselves and everyone else, to project a different look, and then of course after that try to make it. So we never accepted that. Of course we never did. We're not accepting anything that is less than man and not because of our life. But of course we are accepting to return them the karmas, pain, and suffering to all those souls, AMMA, in whatever ito, in whatever form they are, wherever they are with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold ito. So those souls, some of them manipulating, they were trying to manipulate with the vision of the people, and of course projecting the thoughts and words, and then vision, and then manipulating with that, and then trying to create it. So of course we're returning the karmas, pain, and suffering to all those souls, behind everything that they ever did, doing whatever do so, and the karmas of the shape shifting. The souls, the souls Amrita. So she was shape shifting, but actually she was manipulating with the vision of the people, so that people would see her the way she wanted to project herself. So we are now destroying those souls, that they've interfered into our vision, and that they've projected any kind of shape shifting, or we're trying to project in towards us or towards anyone and anything, that they've interfered into our vision, into our mind, into our, of course, into our third eye, we complete into our lives in any way, directly or indirectly, with any kind of dark intention. We destroy all those souls, some way, whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. In the name of mine and our spiritual life, we wipe them out, send them straight into the hell to be burned forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. All those souls, wherever they are, in whatever form they are within and without, on a global and universal level, we wipe them out, destroy those souls, return them the karmas, pain, and suffering of all those shapes shifting, all the visions, internal, physical, and of course spiritual, or any kind of everything and anything that they interfere directly, indirectly, they project over each and everyone else, and everything that interfere into our lives, and each and everyone in everything that is mine and our spiritual life, with the spirit of thought by default. We destroy all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default, without mercy, returning the karmas, pain, and suffering of everything and anything that they project us, each and everyone else, and everything. We wipe it out, returning it in the form of karmas, pain, and suffering to all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Without mercy, we destroy all those souls, with the spirit of thought, send them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. We return them the karmas, pain, and suffering, all the food, everything that we eat, drink, and then hear, see, and of course, behind everything that those souls, have done any kind of darkness and negativity. Then we return it back to the souls, in the form of karmas, pain, and suffering with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul. I'm demanding, commanding to answer on my call and my command without mercy, with the spirit of thought, peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So, my beautiful friends, and I've gone through all of this just to explain to you what was going on. You that you're following me on my language, this already, but a lot of people don't know. So now it's a time for the people to get to know the truth and to be who they are, to shine all the way through. And of course, all of us that the man and us make a light, and to destroy those souls, somewhere, whatever form they are, wherever they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And of course, my beautiful friends, we're returning the karma's pain and suffering behind every subject that we touch on. And of course, we're returning the energy. We're getting the energy, collecting the energy that those souls somewhere manipulating, creating, or stealing from us. And of course, returning them the karma's pain and suffering. To all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So, my beautiful friends, now there is a lot of things that I want to. I will go in such way and in a natural way, spontaneously, the way I think that is the most important for you to know, and of course for us to take the energy, return the energy back to us, and of course destroy those souls, whatever time, whatever form they are. So the most important is now that we are taking the energy behind those rituals that we're doing, and the energy that is polarized, energy that was ever polarized with any kind of dark attention, and project it towards each and everyone and everything of us that is mine and us, actually shall light in every form, in the spiritual, energetic, or physical form. We completely stop it, wipe it out, return it back to the soul as Sama, into the form of karma's pain and suffering with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. We destroy those soul as Sama with the spirit of thought by default. I love you. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. So, my beautiful friends, now we're gonna activate the karma's pain and suffering to the soul as Sama, and to us, we're gonna activate the blessings. So, in the name of mine and now speak of light for the spirit of thought by default, I'm activating all the ultimatum all-in-one, the soup of the karmas and pain and suffering and eternal hell and eternal destructions to all those souls and destructive energy, and then of course destructive the fire to all those souls, whatever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. All the souls from within and without, on a global universal level, we destroy them forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. Activate them all that pain and suffering and eternal hell, eternal destructions, to regret that they ever, forever and ever for eternity, to regret that they ever existed, to be cut into the pieces, break into the atoms and electrons forever and ever for eternity, with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, with the spirit of thought, we acted all of that to all those soulless gods, soulless saints, soulless so-called creators, soulless AMMA, soulless gods, soulless so-called divine mothers or fathers or teachers or healers, spiritual teachers or healers. They don't have spirits. Those soulless. But then to those soulless, soulless Safi and Tristinko, they are those soulless, dark, dirty soulless, Amen, or soulless God, and soulless, soulless Mirianas and observers of those that were watching actually interfere into our lives with any kind of dark intention. The soulless Hitler and Susie, soulless Amrita Babaji Mira Guruji Matrashi Tata Hitler Atma Chetana Hussein Ramchovich, and all those soulless so-called soulless code, soulless amas, tzigi, and any kind, all those soulless it doesn't matter really whether they're in the physical form. They're known as Illuminati and Satanists and globalists and Masons and all cabals and all those deep state, or in energetic form, demon and fallen angels, in any other form. It doesn't matter under which name those soulless are known. or under which mask they've been hiding, in which form they were hiding. We destroy them forever and ever, for eternity, in every form, in the physical and energetic form, for eternity, and encoding infinite with the spirit of thought by default, activating the pain and suffering. We are freezing them completely, wiping them out, putting them into the sleep, taking all the energy and all the power with the spirit of thought by default. We're freezing all the technology that we're using with the dark attention and the weapon with the spirit of thought by default, destroying it completely with the spirit of thought by default. Well, all those soulless, I'm wiping out, burning all those soulless, I'm with the spirit of thought by default. And all those soulless, I'm now trying to manipulate the energy of putting them, I'm just flash comes soulless summer, put them in the circle of light that throw them straight into hell forever and ever, for eternity. All those soulless summer with the spirit of thought by default, I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So now, in the name of mind, and now speak of light with the spirit of thought by default. We are destroying those soulless summer, and of course, we're wiping them out from within, and without, on a global universal level with the speed of thought by default, shutting down the cameras, and of course, all these things is wiping out the memories, and of course, shutting down, breaking completely, cutting off their communications, and with the speed of thought by default, we destroy those souls forever and ever. With the speed of thought by default, without mercy, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So in the name of mine, and now speak of light with the speed of thought by default. We are taking all the energy, all the power from all those souls, someone with the speed of thought by default, send them straight into the hell forever and ever with the speed of thought by default. All souls, summer, go to hell, go to hell, go to hell. All souls, summer, go to hell forever and ever, for eternity. All souls, summer, burning in hell, burning in hell. All soulless summer, burning in hell, forever and ever, for eternity. We're sending those soulless summer straight into the hell to burn forever and ever, for eternity, with the spirit of thought by default. We destroy all those soulless summer, breaking into the atoms and electrons with the spirit of thought, sending them straight into the hell to burn forever and ever, for eternity, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, without mercy, with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friends, we multiply all of that, all the karmas, pain, and suffering, destructions, multiply it, add up, compress, and activate all those soulless sama in every form, in whatever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. It's all. So in the name of mine, and now speak and shine a light with the spirit of thought by default, we're activating all the ultra ultimatum all in one, the super blessings, eternal life, abundance and prosperity, joy, peace, bliss, eternal peace and freedom, and of course enlightenment and unity between us and our soulmates, and us and our families and friends, and each and everyone and everything that is mine, and now speak and shine a light with the spirit of thought by default, in every form, physical, spiritual, energetic, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. While we are completely separating those souls from Sophie and from mine and aspect of light, and from themselves, we're separating them and they're sending them straight into the hell, burning them forever and ever with the spirit of thought. All those souls with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So in the name of mine, and now speak of light with the spirit of thought by default. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And of course, we are activating all the wealth, abundance, and prosperity for all of us in the name of mine, and now speak of light with the spirit of thought by default. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. That kind of that's it. I'm just listening what's going on. Up until now, we're quiet. Now action is going on. We're destroying the soul is someone from within and without on a global universal level. So in the name of mind and now speak shall light with the speed of thought by default. Actually, it was just because I was focused on the destroying the soul as summon, but the action is going on all the time. We're destroying the soul as summon all the time, from within and without. All the soul as summon now, energetically trying to project the energy, so I can feel the energy around my eyes. So just I feel the heavy in my eyelids. So those soul as summon, they're trying to interfere. They try to do in any way to interfere. I'm just putting with any kind of dark attention, putting them straight into the circle of light. Destroying the fast, put them in circle of light, and then send them straight into hell forever and ever, to be burned forever and ever for eternity. All the souls, some of the speed of thought by default. We break them into atoms and electrons, and then sending them straight into the hell. And then, of course, activating all the pain and suffering in every cell of their being, in every atom, electron of their being, with the speed of thought of all living beings that ever existed since the beginning of creation, with the speed of thought by default, without mercy. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So in the name of mind and our spiritual shall light with the spirit of thought by default, we are blessing each and every one of us and everything. We're multiplying, adding up, and we are compressing and activating the pain, suffering, eternal destructions to all those souls, some in whatever form they are, wherever they are, on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. And to us, everything is mine and our spiritual shall light. We are blessing and multiplying everything by the laws, rules, and regulations, eternal life, abundance and prosperity, joy, peace, bliss, enlightenment, freedom, with the spirit of thought by the full abundance and prosperity, of course, within us, the spiritual abundance and prosperity, wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding. We are activating all our gifts that are freely given to us from man and our spiritual light for the spirit of thought by default. And we multiply all of that over and over again by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, by every atom, electron that ever existed, that existing, by all the codes that ever existed, by all the rituals that those souls some did, but everything that they created, for every atom, electron that ever they stolen from us, or that they polarized with any kind of dark intention or try to polarize, for every atom, electron that we have created, generated, and of course manifested in the every second, by every letter, every word, every all the karmas and pain and suffering and destructions that we return to those souls, some blessings to us, and the golden cards that we ever send, and to of course, by all our greetings, all our gratitude, our prayers, and any kind of God, and for everything really, and for all the systems and everything, systems, and then of course quotes, spoken, written, and of course in every way coded in numbers and everything, but everything in the ratio, everything is by the laws, rules, and regulations in ratio, in one ratio by default, one by default, with the spirit of thought by default. So in the name of man and our spiritual life, we multiply all of that, the blessings, abundance, and prosperity for all of us, eternal life and joy, peace, bliss, and unity, and to us and our soulmates and our families and friends, with the spirit of thought by default, and to everyone and everything is mine and our spiritual life with the spirit of thought by default, and extra blessings to we sending to wherever is needed, that those souls some way interfering. So of course in the name of man and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought, we're blessing ourselves, and then while we are returning the projections and the karmas of the projections to those souls some with the spirit of thought by default. We are blessing ourselves, we are blessing our families and friends and everyone, and everything is mine and our spiritual light, protecting, healing, and rejuvenating our bodies from within and without, and while destroying those souls from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. And we are blessing and protecting everything that we have, our homes, properties, cars, vehicles, business, and everything that is mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. It's on. So now we protect everything that we have, our homes, we blessing, protecting, and of course, protect everything that is mine and now spiritual light, healing humanity, healing animal kingdom, nature kingdom, and everything, and of course our homes, properties, cars, vehicles, business, and of course beautiful planet, a mine and us project, and a beautiful planet, a nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, and of course the air element, the sun and the moon, and we project and we protect, heal, and of course protect SOPHIE we are everything that's mine and spiritual light, and of course blessing and protecting SOPHIE center, SOPHIE planet, in the universe, and of course all the centers and the systems and the themes that when we creating will ever create for the and we bless and protect SOPHIE phone, SOPHIE phone, Jasara, quantum financial system, and all the material things, and the wealth and abundance and prosperity and the technology. We're taking it from those soulless Amma, return it back to us, to all of us, that is mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, make it available, and we are protecting all the corporations and from mine and our spiritual light, the soul, beautiful soul that are running them. So those soulless Amma, as you can see now, started to interfering into my language. So with all the soulless Amma that interfere into my language with any kind of dark intention, try to hide the words, or any kind of energetically try to interfere to make me make the mistake where I'm destroying those soulless Amma in the wherever time, whatever form they're from within and without, put them in the circle of light, throw them straight into the hell forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. And I'm stopping every kind of interference into my language. From all those soulless Amma with the spirit of thought by default, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. The soulless Amma, as you can see, I'm fluent in every language. I can speak very quickly and of course easily, but those soulless Amma sometimes trying to energetically interfere into my language and try to project the energy in order to make me make mistake. But of course, I'm returning the karma as being a suffering of all those mistakes that everyone made in any language, which means not just in the languages, but in anything and everything that everyone did. That all the soulless Amma that projected any kind of mistakes, anything, and then try to use that to wash their karma. So in any way, with any kind of dark intention or selfish desire, we return the karma as being a suffering to all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default. It's all while we are protecting ourselves and our families and friends and with soulmates and everyone and everything's mine and us, because have a life with the spirit of thought by default. And we're sending extra ultra ultimate love light and blessings to all of our mind and us, because have a light courts and that way, and are still on a mission to destroy those soulless Amma, wherever they are, whatever form they are, whether they are in the physical form that we are on the mission to destroy the soulless Amma, but we're among those soulless Amma or into the spiritual energetic form. We're protecting and blessing, and that is everything's mine and us, because of our light, while destroying those soulless Amma from within and without on a global universal level with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, I'm stopping Swaki with interference into everything that I do, and stopping everything, stopping every kind of any kind of chatting or barking of those soulless with the spirit of thought by default. Only I'm accepting the communications and informations that are by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So now, my beautiful friends, now, in the name of mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we'll protect each and every one and everything is mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. We're destroying everything that is less than mine and our spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. We multiply all of that over and over again by the laws, regulations, by all those religious holidays, all those holidays, and every atom electron that those souls Amma did doing well, try to do so by all those rituals that Evite did, ceremony and rituals, and any kind of projections, any kind of black magic or any kind of magic, or with the dark attention, and or curse, spell hexes, curse, spell hexes, or anything and everything that ever projecting will ever try to project towards each and everyone else, and everything is less than mine and aspect of light, any kind of beliefs, any kind of quotes, energetic quotes, or anything that is less than mine and not your conditional level light, any kind of energy with any kind of intention or desire, selfish desire, in the name of mine and not your conditional light, with the spirit of thought by default. We stop all of that, wipe out with the spirit of thought by default, returning back to the soul as Sama in the form of karma, pain, and suffering forever and ever, and the destructions forever and ever, with the spirit of thought by default. We're sending them straight to hell to burn forever and ever, all those souls, some with the spirit of thought by default, and activating them, all the karma, pain, and suffering, destructions, all ultimatum, all in one, the soup of all the pain and suffering forever and ever, for eternity, to all those souls, some in whatever form they are, wherever they are, in physical, energetic form, and encoded in infinite, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So in the name of mine and our spiritual Shalom light, with the spirit of thought by default, we are protecting ourselves and humanity and everything this mine and our spiritual Shalom light, with the spirit of thought by default. We multiply all of that by the laws, rules, and regulations, so by default. Of course, we are healing, protecting ourselves, enlightening and uniting, and may we all be happy, healthy, joyful, peaceful, blissful, and abundant, and have abundance and prosperity, and live a life that we deserve. And of course, be the manifestations of mine and our spiritual light in the physical form. And of course, flash comes SOULESS Sama with the spirit of thought by default. They try energetically to irritate me, because as soon as I feel it, and just flash comes SOULESS Sama, which means I'm destroying those SOULESS Sama, the energy that those SOULESS Sama, that the energy that they're trying to manipulate with or interfere into in any way, anything that I'm doing or irritates me. So I'm destroying those SOULESS Sama. We destroy those SOULESS Sama in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are. Well, we are protecting, enlightening, and healing ourselves, and opening up new opportunities for all of us that is mine and our spiritual life, with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, we're destroying everything that those SOULESS Sama we're creating, and we're taking over, we're freezing all the corporations and all the projects and all the finances and everything that those SOULESS Sama we're working on with the selfish desire, with any kind of dark agenda, with the spirit of thought by default, returning back to us, taking all of the abundance and prosperity of the projects and the energy behind that, and with the spirit of thought by default, and returning back to their SOULESS Sama into form of karma, pain, and suffering and destruction forever and ever. Chuck them out, destroy them forever and ever, send them straight into the hell to be burned forever and ever, activate them, all the pain and suffering in every cell of their being, in every atom, electron of their being, to all those SOULESS Sama with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. So now, in the name of mine and our spiritual light, with the spirit of thought by default, we are protecting ourselves, healing and enlightening, and of course, with we're protecting ourselves by mind and our spiritual light, mind and our blessings and wisdom, knowledge, power, understanding, by all the technology that we are destroying the SOULESS Sama, and the technology for flashcan, for destruction of those SOULESS Sama, flashcam SOULESS Sama, and for all, and of course, we are protecting ourselves by all the technology and all the resources that we have available. We're using all of them in order to destroy those SOULESS Sama in every form, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. Yeah, thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default, for answering on my call, my command, without mercy, and destroying those SOULESS Sama in every form, wherever they are, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. Now, in the name of mine and our spiritual light, with the spirit of thought by default, I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything's mine and our spiritual light, with the spirit of thought by default. to multiply the destructions, pain, and suffering to those souls, some forever and ever, for eternity, with the spirit of thought and blessings to an enlightenment to each and every one of us, and that is mine and us, because of life with the spirit of thought by default. Everything is done by the laws, rules, regulations, with the spirit of thought by default, over and over again, as many times as is needed, and we add it up, multiply, compress it, and of course, activate the to those souls, AMMA, calm, pain, and suffering to us, blessings, with the spirit of thought by default, by the laws, rules, regulations, and of course, and demanding, commanding to SOPHIE and everything line and aspect of our life, the spirit of thought to multiply it over and over again, as many times as is needed, in order to destroy all those souls, some of every time, whatever form, that within and without, on a global, universal level, and return becomes pain and suffering is for the smallest things, multiply over and over again as many times as is needed with the spirit of thought by default, without mercy, and demanding, commanding to SOPHIE and everything's mind and aspect of our light with the spirit of thought by default, to answer on my call and my command with the spirit of thought by default, and everything is under the command, the control SOPHIE. Everything is by default. Everything is without mercy, with the spirit of thought. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden by default. So thank you to all those souls, AMMA, wherever time, whatever form they are, in physical and energetic form. And in God in infinite, with the spirit of thought, we destroy them forever and ever. That's destructive energy. When I say thank you to those souls, AMMA, that's destructive energy for those souls, AMMA. And in God in infinite, ultimate, all in one, 24, with the spirit of thought, without mercy. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden manifold. And thank you to SOPHIE and everyone and everything this morning, and ask because our light for the spirit of thought by default. And thank you to SOPHIE and Tristan, my golden soul, my golden manifolds. And thank you to SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Everything is by default. Everything is by the laws, rules, regulations. So by default, everything is from our heart and soul. Everything is under the command, the control of SOPHIE, and everything is with the spirit of thought. Thank you, SOPHIE, without mercy. Flash come soulless, some with the spirit of thought. Peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden manifold. I love you. Thanks, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Everything is in God in infinite. Ultimatum, all in one. With the spirit of thought, without mercy. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, SOPHIE, my golden soul, my golden manifold. I love you. So, my beautiful friends, thank you to all of you for joining me, and of course for giving your time and energy in helping us create a better world for all of us, better future for all of us, and destroy those souls summer forever and ever. So let us now focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Actually, let us send the first flash come solace summer in the matches. The sea, you have that with me, that follow me, that. See the light, like the match, and then the light matches that flying throughout the entire planet, entire universe, just flashing the light. See the flashing light, golden light, flashing throughout the entire planet, entire universe. That's the destructive energy for those souls, AMMA. Just see that light, flashing light, golden light, just flashing throughout the entire planet, entire universe, and filling up entire planet, entire universe. And that's why we're destroying those souls, AMMA, wherever time, whatever form they are, with the spirit of thought by default. Let's just focus on that. We're doing that from within and without. Just focus. You may focus on your body as well too. What I'm doing, what I do, I see the flashing light, golden light, and I put it through my body too. So when I see it through my body, it's running, going through my body, in through and around myself, throughout the entire planet, entire universe. With that, my beautiful friends, we are clearing up our body from within and without. I'm sorry. If you can see that as well, just imagine golden light going through your body, and of course, and then throughout the entire planet. And entire universe, of course. That's destructive energy for those souls, from within and without, on a global universal level, wherever time, whatever form they are. And of course, an enlightening. We are enlightening, healing, protecting ourselves. So we destroy those souls. A huge souls fall down now, right now. From within and without, we destroy all those souls within and without, in the name of mind and aspect which have a light to the spirit of thought by and fall. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie. Without mercy, flash comes souls without mercy, with the spirit of thought by and fall. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. Let us now put the now let us like fireworks just from the golden light. See the huge planet light, golden planets. We are just from our hearts and soul, and from everywhere, from everyone and everything, just flying and then breaking, and of course they are multiplying, and then like the fire, the New Year fireworks. So in that way, you see that it's spreading around and destroying all those souls. As you see inside us and all around us throughout the entire planet, it is shining brightly. Entire planet, entire universe is filled up with the golden light. And we are just destroying those souls now into the atoms and electrons, and then of course forever and ever. Turn them and take them straight into hell forever and ever. Souls. Just see the from the golden light like a fireworks throughout the entire planet and the entire universe. Just focus on your body, of course. See the like of fireworks from within you and around you. Everyone and everything is one and aspect of light, just firing up with the light planets and destroying the solar summer by every time whatever form down. With the speed of thought by the fall, I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden ready fall. Just keep that vision, my beautiful friends. Just see now, let us see now entire planet within first. Let us now, let us create first the huge golden planet in front of you. Huge golden planet with mind and now spiritual light. So that's the destructive energy for those soulless summer. Release of blessings for each and everyone else and everything in protection. So just see it in front of you. So that's the golden light. See, now, my beautiful friends, you can use that golden light planet to draw into that all your problems that you ever had, that you have, or anyone on anything, your family or friends, or anyone and anything that you know, or all those problems that you see on a global and universal level. You just put them in the circle of light, and then just intentionally put this set up intention. Just I'm throwing and destroying those soulless AMMA and all the problems that they created to each and everyone else, and everything we return it back to the soulless AMMA with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Everything is by default. So you just do it intentionally, which means you do it with internal knowledge, with intention, and of course with the focus. You know what to do. You just set them, intention. We're throwing those soulless AMMA and destroying them forever and ever, returning the karma's pain and suffering. You just do it, put them in the circle of light. Mind and now spiritual light is going to do the work. It's going to direct the energy where it's needed in order to destroy those soulless AMMA, wherever time, whatever form that. The most important is that we do so. Sometimes I focus on the things that I don't really need to when I send them into the hell forever and ever. But when I do so, I'm just adding the pain and suffering to those soulless AMMA, extra, maximal, ultra 24 with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. So, my beautiful friend, because I'm doing that, we are doing it with eternal knowledge. We don't need to really focus on that, but it's good to do so because of us. Of course, we're adding up, and if we focus on the good things, we're adding up to the light. And if we destroy the soulless AMMA, we destroy them, adding up to the pain and suffering to those soulless AMMA and the karmas and destructions of those soulless AMMA, wherever time, whatever form they are in the infinite, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden manifold. So now let us create inside the earth. Create as many like the interconnected golden light planets from Ananas, Piakusharava light, and fill up entire ground inside the earth. See, let's like that, and then of course expand it Create more such interconnected light planet, golden light planets, and fill up entire wood element. And now on the top of the earth, in the nature kingdom, animal kingdom, everything is on the earth, the air element. See the golden light planet interconnected, filling up entire air element and entire planet. And we expand it and fill entire universe. Now I'm gonna multiplying, adding up, replicating and compressing. Multiply, add up, replicate, compress, multiply, add up, replicate, compress, multiply, add up, replicate, compress. When I do so, you see that that's golden. You just know it, that we don't need to see it. We know that that's happening. We just see it, know it, that's happening. We replicate those golden light planets, replicate them, multiply them as many times as is needed with the speed of thought by default. And of course, we compress them, of course, into the one spiritual intelligence. We created the unity. So now see the entire planet and entire universe is filled with the golden shining light of mind and unspecial light with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul. Ito, my golden by default. So see the now entire planet, entire universe is shining brightly. See the entire planet now is shining brightly. With speed of thought by default. Well, we're destroying those souls some of every time whatever form down. Ito. So now in the name of mind and non-spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, we keep that vision. We are enlightened from within and without on a global universal level, filled up with mind and non-spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We are working with internal knowledge. Remember that. Sometimes the soul is trying to manipulate with the shadow energy, but with the shadow trying to create on the screen. But I don't accept that, I reject that. I know that I'm working with internal knowledge. So my mind and spiritual light is the most powerful energy. So because it's destroying the soul, they are powerless. So now, so my beautiful friends, now let us just focus on ourselves. Fill up yourself from within with the golden light from mind and spiritual light. See your heart center is shining brightly. Expand it now. You need to know that we have 4 centers. Actually, we have more, but I made them 4 just to make it easier for us to focus. We have one at the bottom of the feet. Huge golden light center, and then the heart center that is from there up to the beginning of the legs. We have there 1, 2, 3, 4 centers. Actually, I just put them in one. Just is easier because we are connected. We are united together on the spiritual level. So we are united together. We are working as unity under the name of SOPHIE, of course. So it's just easier to focus. Just fill yourself from within, expand it, and of course, and the third one is the throat, which is the center for the communication, and then head center is the third eye. Is that? And of course, you see entire head is filled up with the golden light, the throat, and the heart center, the entire body. Actually, see now entire body. is shining brightly. It's filled up with the huge golden ball of light of mind and unspeakable light for the spirit of thought by default, within and without, and of course around us, and expanding, filling up entire area, entire city, entire country, the entire world, and entire universe. So now, my beautiful friends, let us send the love and light and blessings from our heart to the center of the earth, inside the ground. Send the love and light and blessing. See the earth shining brightly, filling up inside the earth, and of course water element. Together with all of us, we're filling up entire planet, the ground and the air elements, an entire planet, an entire universe. Shining brightly with mind and us, be a of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden beautiful. Love you. Now, in the name of mine and our spiritual light, to the spirit of thought by default, let us now send the love of light and blessings to the moon. Now it's showing the soulless AMMA from within and without mercy, with the spirit of thought by default. And of course, my beautiful friends, send the love, light, and blessings to the moon. The soulless AMMA trying to manipulate in any way. They're trying to dictate me what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do, when I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. In any way that they're trying to put any kind of limitation upon me, in the name of mind and not spiritual light to the spirit of thought, which showing the soulless AMMA from within and without, whatever time, whatever form they are. In the name of mind and not spiritual light to the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, without mercy. Send them all the souls and break them into atoms and electrons within and without mercy, with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So now let us send the love and light and blessings to the moon, See the moon is shining brightly and expanding. And filling up together with all of us, entire planet and entire universe. Now let us send the love light a blessing to the sun. When I say a little bit, I focus on the light and still I'm listening what's going on inside. And of course, answering inside. Actually answering, I'm sending the light and love light and destroying the SOULESS AMMA. So let us now send the love light and blessings to the sun. See the sun is shining brightly. And of course, filling up together with all of us, entire planet and entire universe. With mind and now, spiritual show light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now, my beautiful friends, just focus on your body. Just focus on your body, yourself. Know that you see yourself and feel that you're filled within and without with the golden light of mind and now spiritual show light with the spirit of thought by default, as well as entire planet and entire universe. With the spirit of thought by default, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And just listen to your body now. Listen to yourself. In the name of mind and now spiritual show light with the spirit of thought by default. We're putting in the circle of light all those SOULESS AMMA, whatever form they are, wherever they are, with physical and energetic form, within and without on a global universal level, that ever interfere, and ever try to interfere into our life in a negative way, with any kind of dark attention, with any kind of dark desire. You put them in the circle of light and take them straight into the golden light planet to be burned, destroyed forever and ever, for eternity. All those SOULESS AMMA with the spirit of thought by default, where we are enlightening ourselves, healing and protecting ourselves, humanity, planet, and all living beings on this planet, and everything is man and all spiritual light. With the spirit of thought by default, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So now, in the name of mind and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default, you're putting the circle of light, all those SOULESS AMMA that ever interfere, wherever in every form, size, dimension, wherever time, physical, energetic form, and for any code in infinite, that ever interfere, and will ever try to interfere into our beautiful planet. And all those projections we return back to those SOULESS AMMA, and all those SOULESS AMMA that projecting the projections, we put them in the circle of light. With those projections, we turn them into the karmas, pain, and suffering, and all the projections and everything that they ever projected, will ever try to project or each and everyone else and everything, and a beautiful planet. The sun, the moon, and all the stars and the galaxies, everything is man and our spiritual shower light in any way, with any kind of dark attention. We all those SOULESS AMMA together with their karma, send them straight into the light, golden light planet, and from there we direct them straight into the hell forever and ever to be burned forever and ever for eternity. All those SOULESS AMMA with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So without mercy, with the speed of thought, we destroy all those souls forever and ever with the speed of thought. By default, I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default, love you. So now in the name of mine, I'm in the name of mine, and ask you to shine my light with the speed of thought by default. I'm sorry. They're trying to make me on. We destroy, but that's energetic. We destroy the soulless Amma. Now we replace all the soulless Amma and all the dark energy with the spirit of thought, by mind and auspicious Kushava light with the spirit of thought by default. Lord, and we are enlightening ourselves on beautiful planet and sun, the moon, and all the planet stars and the galaxies and everything this mind and auspicious Kushava light with the spirit of thought. That's by default. We're enlightening, healing, and protecting, and of course. Protecting with the speed of thought by default in the name of mind and auspicious light. I'm loud and clear. I'm demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything is mind and auspicious light with the speed of thought by default. Without mercy to answer my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. It's all. So in the name of mind and auspicious light with the speed of thought by default. And demanding, commanding to Sophie and everything's mind and auspicious light with the speed of thought by default to answer on my call and my command with the speed of thought by default. To destroy those souls from within and without, whatever time, whatever form that they're trying to interfere into my life, into our lives, in any way, in all those destructive, all those souls that trying to in any way interfere into our lives in a negative way. We destroy them forever and ever, break them into the atoms and electrons and send them and polarize them, activate them all the pain and suffering in every atom, electron of their being. By the laws, rules, regulations, we compress all the pain, suffering, all living beings, send them straight into the hell forever and ever, to be burned forever and ever for eternity with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear, without mercy, with the spirit of thought, peaceful in action, my golden soul, my golden by default, love you. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. In the name of man and auspicious light with the spirit of thought by default, we're putting in the circle of light all those souls, some of the time interfere, that were interfere or infiltrated into the religious, into the governments, and into all those systems and all those police and military and the educational system, health and care system, financial system, media, the media, wherever they are, to those through the social media or anywhere through the net or anywhere that they interfere into the planet, nature, kingdom, humanity, the element and the air element, and of course the sun and the moon, and throughout entire existence. We all those souls, put them in the circle of light and throw them straight into the hell forever and ever for eternity to be burned with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So you may, my beautiful friends, you may throw your problems into the light, golden light planet, or into the, or directly into the hell that we created for those souls. So you cannot make it wrong. Whatever you do, you will do it right, because man and awesome you can show the light, do the job. So we are doing our part from the physical form, while mind and auspicious light is directing the energy from the spiritual and energetic form with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thanks, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Now, in the name of mind and auspicious light with the spirit of thought, we're replacing all the dark energy, all the soulless with the spirit of thought by default, by mind and auspicious light, and enlightening, healing, and rejuvenating and protecting humanity, ourselves, and of course, enlightening all those wherever those. When I'm saying enlightening the religion, don't get me wrong, we're not enlightening the religion, but we are separating the soulless dark forces from the light, destroying the dark forces, and enlightening those parts that are mind and auspicious light. So I'm saying enlightening the religion, which means we're protecting, healing everything, and enlightening everything's mind and auspicious light, and destroying everything that is less than mind and auspicious light with the spirit of thought by default. We're enlightening the governments, and then of course the police and military, and all the systems, and the educational system, health and care system, financial system, of course, the pharmacy, and those media, and all those, and then of course the net and social media, and we enlighten our beautiful planet, nature kingdom, elemental kingdom, animal kingdom, birds kingdom, fish kingdom, the water element, and of course humanity, air element, and the sun and the moon, and entire planet and entire universe. We're filling up with mind and our spiritual shell of light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. So, my beautiful friends, now how do you feel? Feel your just listen to your body. Thank you, Sophie. Everything is by the laws, rules, regulations, so by default. Everything is multiplied over and over again, as many times as is needed by Sophie, and everything mind and aspect of light with the speed of thought by default. And everything is under the command, the control of Sophie. Everything is ultra, ultimate, all in one, in a code, in infinite. I'm unclear with the speed of thought. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul. Peaceful in action, my golden mighty for all of you. Just listen to your body, maybe to friends. And listen to your body while I'm singing the mantra, healing mantra. Everything is by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. All soulless AMMA, 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default, 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default, 24 by default, by default, by default. Wherever we go, whatever we do, everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected by your beautiful by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected by your beautiful by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, everything is by default. Peaceful in action by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected and united together in the name of mine and now's pure unconditional love of light, love of light, love of light. In the name of mine and now's by default with the speed of thought. By default, by default, by default. Everything is by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action by default. 24 by default, by default, by default. We are safe and protected and united together. And humanity is safe and protected and united together in the name of mine and now's pure unconditional love and light, love and light, love and light in the name of mine and now's by default with the speed of thought, by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action, by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. Everything is by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. With the speed of thought, peaceful in action, by default, 24, by default, by default, by default. Everything is swaying by default, by default, by default, by default. 24 HEARTT by default, by default, by default. Peaceful in action by default. Mirror input them aktia by default, by default, by default, by default. To, 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 to. So everything is 24 by HEARTT by default, by default, by default. Everything is peaceful in action. My golden soul, my golden by default. Mirni putem aktia by default. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. Thank you to all of you, my beautiful friends, my beautiful golden souls, my beautiful golden by default. It's time for all of us to destroy those souls, some that ever interfering, that will ever try to interfere into our language, into our lives, in everything and anything that we are doing. We destroy those souls, some forever and ever with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. And of course, my beautiful friends, it's time for us to put the end of this era completely, to put the end of those soulless summer. And of course, we are walking with the golden steps, and of course, flying on the golden wings. So mine and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought, flying straight into the golden age with the golden opportunities, unlimited golden opportunities for all of us. That is mine and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. We are blessing each and everyone and everything that is mine and now spiritual light with the spirit of thought by default. Especially those souls some are projecting to our mind. We are destroying those souls some with the spirit of thought by default. If it's with any kind of dark intention or dark desire, with the spirit of thought, we are destroying those souls some forever and ever with the spirit of thought. Send them straight into the hell for eternity to be burned with the spirit of thought by default. Well, we are blessing each and everyone and everything that they're projecting into our mind that is mine and our spiritual light. So why I'm doing this one? Because they're projecting all the time. They were doing the projection. So sometimes when you see me doing this, I was inside. They were projecting the projection visually, or so I was just or just shoot it in the form of thoughts. So I was just destroying them. So now they're projecting the vision as well, the thoughts. So now, of course, everyone that they're projecting into our mind, we are blessing. That is mine and our spiritual light. We're blessing them, of course, healing, protecting them. We are uniting us and our soulmates and family and friends, and destroying those souls that we're trying to, that ever did doing, will try to interfere into our lives in any way, in a negative way, with any kind of dark intention. With the spirit of thought, I'm demanding, commanding to soften everything is mine and ask me to shall light with the spirit of thought, without mercy, to answer on my call and my command, peacefully in action, my golden soul, my golden by default. I love you, Sophie. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul. Everything's by default. Everything's encoded in infinite. Everything is by the laws, rules, regulations, or by default. Everything is under the command, the control, Sophie, and everything is. I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. Love you. And thank you to all of you, my beautiful friends, that you are joining me, that you are adding up to the light, that you are helping us, supporting us, create a better life for all of us, and we are writing new history of humanity. And of course, my beautiful friends, we are taking over all the everything, control over the our beautiful planet and everything that's mine and us, shall of light to the spirit of thought by default. And of course, we are protecting, healing ourselves and everything that's mine and us, shall of light. We are creating new future for all of us. From mine and aspect of light, by mine and aspect of light, with mine and aspect of light, in everywhere, however you turn it around, everything is mine and aspect of light. Everything that is less than that, everything that is mine and aspect of light will stay forever and ever for eternity. Everything that is less than mine and aspect of light is going to burn forever and ever for eternity into the hell. In the name of mine and aspect of light, with the spirit of thought by default, I'm loud and clear. Thank you, Sophie, my golden soul, my golden by default. You need to know, my beautiful friends, that everything is by default. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you are always at the right place at the right time. And of course, you just believe within yourself, believe that everything is by default. That mine and spiritual light is always with you to help and protect you, and always will be. And everything is by default. Everything is peaceful in action. My golden soul, my golden by default. I love you. And thank you to all of you, maybe to friends. I love you all. Much love and blessings to all of you. From my heart and soul to all of you, my golden souls, my golden by defaults. Good night. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.